Oh my word, when I close my eyes, it's got on, girl.
Oh my days. That's sick.
That's so cool.
If you ask anyone that's with me after day trip, I got off stage, I was like, oh, I played the worst set. Like, they hated that. And then I watched back the live stream and the videos my team took, and I was like, oh, actually, like, I was in my head about it. Like,
also, I feel like if you play so late, like, everyone's so gone by then.
Yeah.
So it's like, dude, we just want something playing. It doesn't even matter what it is, because I can't remember.
Well, that's the other defining factor, I think, is the drugs part of it. Like,
for sure.
I think people that don't really, like, can we talk about this stuff?
Yeah.
It's called up.
Yeah, true.
For different reasons.
Because I think I'm peaking.
Welcome back to the Peaking Podcast. And the questions of the day is, we saw an uptick in house music from 2021 to 2024, bringing more mainstream crowds in the scene. Do you think the house scene can still stay PLUR despite all the people coming in, or not?
You sounded like a radio talk show host.
Do I?
love it.
Yeah, no, that was good.
In a good way or in a bad way?
In a good way.
Hell yeah.
Good job, Darius.
Yeah, that was
First question of the day. So house obviously has become a lot more mainstream in recent years, which does bring a lot more people into the scene. At least for me, I've seen a lot of people, a lot of newer people who come into the scene, I feel like tend to gravitate towards house music, just from what I've observed. But yeah, I mean, I know we had some comments already on this.
Yeah, okay. So, as house does expand and you look at the global music market, most of the money generated is from house music. So, like, it's a given that house music is kind of a way where people start to discover like what EDM is. But I feel like even with that, we can still keep PLUR and the culture alive just by, continuously talking about it, talking about like what the roots of rave culture is.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people who come into the scene, like there's not really any sort of like, what is it? Like seminar or like any sort of
like
instructional, of like, this is what PLUR is, this is how we do things. And so we talked about this in a previous episode actually, where we were just talking about how like, how the scene is getting it's getting a lot bigger, which is great. But with that comes, a lot of people who kind of come into the scene with the wrong intentions in mind, or maybe not even the wrong intentions, just not really respecting the overall intention of the community, which is, PLUR, acceptance, respecting others. So we've seen like an uptick in like, a lot of fights happening at a lot of festivals. I wouldn't say that it's specific just to house. I think it happens in, every genre, at every festival.
There is a stereotype though, where people do think that like it's just house because it's like the frat boys or like the frat girls or not frat girls. Sorry. Just like the frat boys style. Like and so people, that stereotype of house, it's like, oh, like it's just all like we're too cool, but that's not everyone. Yeah. At least like that's playing devil's advocate.
What have you noticed?
Yeah.
For me, like PLUR's a very like American rave concept, so it doesn't strike me necessarily as a house thing. I've definitely noticed the uptick in fights here, but they seem to be very Cali based.
That's true. That's a good point. That is a good point.
They seem to be very Cali based, and to me, like if you go to Europe, like the house scene, like they don't really have that concept of PLUR or like the candies and stuff. It's almost like if you go to Ibiza or Mykonos or something, it's always been like the fashion-y cool girls that are into like house music. So I don't think of them as the same thing in my head. And I think PLUR is very rave orientated, and I think it can stay, but that's really like up to here. to foster that.
Yeah, I think when we say PLUR, it's like it's beyond, you know, like the candy and the colorful outfits. It's like the ethos,
the mindset of it.
The mindset of just
That's
like
the intention.
The intention of coming to the dance floor and leaving your problems at the door.
Yeah.
And if you are withholding those problems within, you're using the music to release it in a healthy way where you're connecting with yourself, with other people, with the music. You're staying inspired and you're kind of using the space as a positive thing and not a way to just like completely forget yourself and just like la la la. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I definitely think that part of it has been diminished a lot. Like it's so popular dance music now that it's kind of unavoidable. I feel like it's sort of a good thing and it can sometimes be like the death of something in a way. But
Oh, really? You think the death? Wait, how so?
I don't know. Like, you know, a couple years ago, rap was the biggest genre. And,
Yeah.
you know, look where it is now. And I mean, I don't ever want dance music to die. I want it to always be popular, but I don't know. Things go in cycles too and things go in waves. So maybe when it becomes sort of less cool again to the populace, it becomes more PLUR again, so to speak. I don't know.
Oh, wait, so you're saying rap is no longer like one of the most popular genres? Or is that because more rap are like they're diving into like EDM with their music?
I think it just got really big around the 2017, 18 era, and it couldn't really grow much further without lots of sort of musical innovation. And I feel like the guys kind of stagnated a little. Things changed, the wheels turned, and yeah, I don't know, we're here now. But that's just my viewpoint. Some people might not
even on
agree
the
with
billboards right now, there's not that much hip hop as it used to be like 5-6 years ago.
No.
And even in the open format world, I noticed that by playing a lot of the newer hip hop, the BPMs were getting slower and slower, and people were dancing less and less.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was also like a reason where people were like, okay, this is getting too slow. We should like bump it up a little more. And maybe that's why a lot of people are kind of going towards house music before they go to techno and all the even faster stuff.
Yeah. And I think they just see sort of like the fashionable side of it, like kind of music with like Naomi Campbell or something, or like things like that, and they want to gravitate to sort of what everybody thinks is cool right now, and that's kind of I guess that's what the popular opinion is.
Well, so your answer then is that at least from what I understood is that as it is more popular, that it's kind of hard to like keep that ethos alive.
Yeah, honestly, I think so. It's not that it's dead, but it's I mean, there's so many different walks of life that like dance music now that it's like pretty impossible to sort of like bring everyone the same way you got brought into it, because I came up in a very PLUR way too. Like my first things were like trance raves and stuff.
Oh, okay,
cool.
And like the neon glow sticks, the candy, the big flare pants and stuff. So like I came into this very, very PLUR. But yeah, some people just don't, they're not introduced in that way to it. Like, you know what I mean? They're going to a college party maybe that John Summit is playing at or something, right? And there's like, how can you like, no, I'm not saying John's like not PLUR, but do you know what I mean? Like just
so
the way
the
you're introduced to
stereotype,
it.
I mean,
Like it's going to be different.
Yeah, my first festival ever. I wish Nan was here so he can make fun of me for it because I mention it all the time. But it was Sun God Festival at UCSD.
Yeah, we get it.
And I didn't know what PLUR was. I didn't like nothing. That was like the first time I also like did anything, you know, like substance wise. And so it's just like I didn't learn about PLUR until probably like my second or third rave in, when it like was finally explained to me. But up until that point, like I was just like, oh, this is like a ton of fun and like a good ass time, and everyone seems really nice.
Well,
And
that's the other defining factor, I think, is the drugs part of it. Like
For sure,
I think
yeah.
people that don't really like. Can we talk about this stuff?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
cool? It's called yeah, true.
For different reasons.
Oh yeah, it's up to interpretation. We're peaking in life.
Yeah, Getter came on and was like, he brought a bunch of drug stories, and Bryn was like, did you bring a bunch of drug stories onto the podcast because we're called I'm Peaking? He's like, yep.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that for me, like, again, like people don't necessarily go to these events now and are taking drugs. Like, they're maybe just drinking with their
True.
buddies or whatever.
Yeah.
But for me, that was a big part of it. Like going to raves, taking like ecstasy and shit.
Yeah.
And like everyone's super lovey and friendly. And that's kind of how the PLUR thing came about to me. So yeah, it's, again, like I said, not everybody's it's not everyone's cup of tea. So yeah.
Yeah, the message definitely gets diluted the more like the further it goes down the line of like people introducing it to their friends, and so on and so forth. And so I think that's why I was saying, I'm like, there's no like seminars teaching PLUR or anything like that. So I don't know. I think personally for me, just to kind of round out this topic, I feel like, I don't know. I mean, the best that anyone can do that's already in the scene or that comes into the scene, obviously if you come into the scene, then, it's kind of on like the people who I guess bring you into the scene, or if you're coming in by yourself, like it's on you to like, do your research. But for all the people who are bringing their friends into the scene, like, it's up to you guys to teach PLUR. I also think a lot of the artists, at least, that resonate with that message a lot, could also, talk about it on the mic, or like, at least, mention it during their sets. I don't know. I think that would be like a nice reminder. Didn't you say even MK, like, what did he like broke up a fight or something?
No, he definitely, like, he was playing, I can't remember exactly where, but he just got on the mic and was like, "Stop fighting, bitches," something like that. Like,
so that's where I was gonna quote Freaking Bones,
by the way,
because Freaking Bones did that in 1993, where a fight broke out in one of his storm raves. Where, by the way, these storm raves, he would literally teach every single person at the door what PLUR was, because before the R was there, it was the Peace, Love, Unity movement,
right.
And he taught everyone that when you come to these raves, we are going to protect the dance floor. Like, we're not bringing any of that fighting out there. Like, there's too much fucked up shit happening. When we're here, we're listening to music and we're connecting. And because of that, when a fight broke out, he was like, no, like we're not. I forgot exactly what he said verbatim, but that's what started PLUR. So it's really funny and cool, actually, that MK kind of did something similar, because it's like it's iconic, because it's like when you have an artist, like a lot of people look up to artists like so heavily because they inspire them. So like when they hear that from their favorite artist, it's like, okay. It's like it is easy to like, okay, like I'm going to listen to you. That's the influence that artists do have. Same thing with like creators, same thing with like veterans who like run the rave fams. Like every single person who has experience, like you have an influence. So I think like just to be able to like talk about it to the people that look up to you is something that could change the scene.
Yeah, 100%.
I will say it's like a big part of the reason why I liked dance music to begin with. Like going to those events and everyone's super friendly. Like if you need something, someone's got your back. You know what I mean? Like that's a huge part of why I liked this scene. And so like it would be a shame to lose all that.
But I will say, like, people who are coming into dance music, we have to remember, and like us who have been in the scene for so long, we kind of forget that this whole PLUR thing isn't common knowledge. Like, if you ask just a random person who maybe listens to EDM like on the low, hasn't been to a festival, like they don't know what PLUR is. And I feel like sometimes that thought isn't even in my head. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
well, I feel like everyone can go to a festival or event with some sort of like respect in mind, with everything. Like in general, like I feel like there's still a PLUR, maybe like the actual full meaning of what it is for someone new in the rave scene might be a little bit like a learning curve, but I also feel like like I don't know exactly why people fight in the first place. Like
it's like drinks, it's over fucking spilled milk.
I think a lot of times it's like, I mean, it's either bringing in like your stuff from outside of the festival into there, like if it's a group conflict or something, or it's like, people not being able to control themselves when they're on substances or they're drinking or whatever.
Do you think like the overselling of like some events could cause that? Because maybe it's really crammed and someone like hits a little bit and then kind of goes back and forth.
I think there could be like a slight correlation there. It definitely increases the probability of it happening, but I wouldn't say that that's like the sole reason necessarily, because you could still have like people you know, from a bad crowd or people who are not, they don't have any self-control, those people could still be attending.
True.
So,
drugs are like a whole different world now. Like you don't know what people are taking or what they put in shit. Like, so yeah, who knows, man?
Yeah. Or I honestly think, I mean, not to push this any further because we do need to get on to a proper intro here, but I honestly think that I think that like a lot of people, because at least from the fights that I see, a lot of it is caused by like drinking and certain stimulants.
Okay, wait, but I have something against that. I have something against that. Shambhala is a dry festival, so they.
Dry festival.
I haven't heard of any fights at Shambhala.
Yeah, there's no alcohol, but they take shitloads of drugs.
That's for sure.
But
Wait,
that's why it's a dry festival. Is because that's a good thing, because that's honestly like, because they know no matter what their attendings are going to take substances, and so the festival itself is like, you know what, we're not going to profit off of these people and get them completely shit faced. We're going to let them do their thing, and we're going to have a dry festival. That's how so many events were back in the day, back in the 90s, early 2000s. It would be dry because they just knew most people were taking substances, and like their substances aren't bad. It's like how you react and how much control do you have when you do take these substances. Are you overdoing it or are you not? Like
and that's a thing I think that goes like under researched or underappreciated. I think like coming into the scene, like that's why like substance education I think is so important, you know, coming into the scene and stuff. I was really fortunate when I came in the scene to have someone who kind of like instructed me of everything. He literally gave me, I'll never forget, he gave me a baggie full of vitamins and like melatonin. A big bag.
I did the same. My fam did the same thing with me.
Yeah, so
I've
like
heard that too.
That's epic.
If you're bringing a friend into the scene or whatever, like stuff like that goes a long way in giving that leaves a lasting impression. And that like I feel like it's those like small actions that translate over into like, you know, just an overall like change in the atmosphere. So yeah. Let us know what you guys think. I'm going to get us onto a proper intro because we've been talking about this for a while. Yeah, wait, hold on.
On to our proper intro. Hello, I am one of your hosts, Brinda. What other host do we have here today?
Who do we have? Wait, we got a new host here today.
Who's
Hi,
that?
Mom. I'm on TV. My name is Mashbit.
I'm Devin.
Hey guys, I'm JD.
All right, Bryn, take it away.
And I love your music, by the way.
Thank you.
Our guest here today is an artist who's redefined house by pulling it far beyond the dance floor. He built his name by blending rap with bass-heavy grooves and helped shape the G house sound, house in general. He stretched that vision into every corner, running his own label, curating Cyrus XM, and co-producing on major hip-hop projects. Whether it's Latin rhythms, hip-hop grit, or late-night warehouse energy, Latin tech house floor energy, he has a way of making house music feel like culture itself. Please welcome Wax Motif, Mr. Wax Motif.
Nice intro. I like
Yeah. It's honestly like your music is really freaking epic because I feel like you're just there to have a good time. And like you do have a lot of like, I was listening to it in the car because what if like my I guess you could say rituals is like whenever like an artist's on, I listen to the music like on the drive over here, and I was like, whoa, like the Latin music that you do produce, it's like you could feel the culture with like the tech house, and that's really freaking dope because I could just picture like how the audience reacts to it, and I'm sure like it's like a party, you know, like it's like that, it's the definition of a party.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Hell yeah. Also, real quick too, before we move any further, I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors, Boom Boom Scented Nasal Sticks. If you haven't already, go and check them out. You can use these at your next festival. If I can get this off the thing. Have you tried these?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay. Well, perfect.
Sniff
You gotta
it.
try. This is brand new. So these are scented nasal sticks. They kind of give you a little bit of like a freshened feeling. They're drug free. There's it's just they smell great. That's the lavender one. It's my favorite.
I like it.
And they're great for like if you have anxiety in the crowd, or you know, some people use them for other reasons. If you know, you know. But and
do
also,
know.
if you go to the porta potties, you can just double barrel shotgun those in your nose as you go into the porta potty, and so you don't have to smell.
Am I allowed to take one
bad stuff.
home?
Yeah.
Okay.
Double fisting boom booms.
Yeah.
The sauna at the gym smells like the inside of a butt. Like, and I was like, "Fuck,
I'm
I
not
need
even
to
gonna
go
ask
to."
why you know what it is.
Right there.
I mean, I think you can put two and two together. But anyways, yeah.
Insight.
I've been like, dang, I need to go back to the podcast studio and like take some.
Yeah,
because-
we have some. I'll ask for some more too.
Okay,
so we can get some
thank
more from
you.
them. But yeah, definitely go and check them out. We do have a code for those. I'm peaking if you buy them online, or you can go on our TikTok shop and grab one. Or if you're in a hurry and you need to grab one before your next festival or the day of, you can go to a local CVS and grab one as well. So, but big shout out, Boom Boom.
CVS.
Shout out, guys.
Yeah, I use it when I work all the time. Yeah. Wax, I'm curious. I want to touch on something real quick
Sure.
that you said earlier when you were talking about the European scene. How is the house scene out there? Like when you play, how is the crowd versus the crowd here in the States?
The crowd in the States is more hype in a way. Like it's more like rave energy. I feel like
Yeah.
in Europe it's very like subtle on the dance floor. Like the crowd, they're not like reacting to everything, but in a good way. And when they do react, it's like one hi-hat came in or something, and I don't know. It's different. It's cool. It could be weird if you're not used to it. If you like grow up here and you're really used to sort of what you see at an Insomniac event or whatever, it might seem like underwhelming.
I felt
But-
that way.
You did?
I was in Ibiza last summer and then Mykonos the summer before.
Right.
I liked Mykonos though, but I don't know if I was just like more drunk in Mykonos or what.
Mykonos is a little more turned up. Like,
Yeah.
it's a little more like sort of like general vacationers, like looking. It's like a Cabo sort of vibe or something.
Yeah,
to me,
yeah.
or like a Cancun vibe. But Ibiza is a little bit more. I don't know. I don't want to say like pretentious, but that sort of energy of like not trying to look too like enthusiastic about it.
Yeah.
But like
Nonchalant.
they really, nonchalant. That's a
Yeah.
good way to say it. But they really like the music. Like it's just a different way of expressing
Okay,
it.
so it's just like less expressive.
Yeah.
And then like, do you structure your sets differently?
Yeah. They usually, I mix slower, and I will sort of play less bootlegs, like less sort of edits and stuff, you know, of like popular songs.
Out there.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I feel like they have a little more patience on the dance floor, and I feel like in America, well, just America in general is a lot more instant, you know?
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's not necessarily a bad thing, by the way. It's just different cultures, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's that's usually how I feel about it. It's a lot more paced out, and because you usually start way later and you play for longer, so sometimes I start like 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. something like that,
Dude,
which is
yeah.
like the only place in America you do that is like Space.
Yeah.
But in Europe it's like pretty normal, like for the
Yeah.
headliner to start that late.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because like you think of like Berghain in Berlin, where like a lot of my tattoo artists, like they live out there, and they were telling me like most of the stages, like when you think of like groove techno, it's just like the same rhythm for hours straight, and like that's just the vibe, and
Yeah.
like that's the vibe that everyone appreciates, and
Yeah.
it is less expressive, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're liking it less.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We usually cover like some news and stuff that's going around in the sphere in this segment, and one of the things that we had kind of noticed. Are you familiar with Nick? I don't know how to say his last name. He's from Love Island. Nick Vans. I think people just call him Nick
Are you a
Vans.
Love Island fan?
No, I've never watched it.
Okay, I haven't either. So yeah,
I have no idea.
Jane, you might be the only person here
Stab
who's
me in
watched
the
it.
chest.
I've never watched it either.
Okay.
What?
I know.
Did you watch my show?
Yes, I watched
Okay.
your show. Yeah.
Wait, you were on Love Island?
No, I was on like a sister show, same producers.
Oh,
She won.
Yeah.
You did?
I
Yeah,
did
she
win.
did.
Did you?
I did.
Oh, wow. How long ago was this?
We filmed 2023.
Okay.
It aired 2024, so last year.
Oh, wow. So this
Yeah.
is recent.
Yeah.
Oh, congrats
Big-
on winning.
Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
But yeah, so apparently Nick Vans, who came from one of the Love Island seasons, I don't know if it's is it recent?
Yeah, it's the
This
last
was the
one.
last season.
The last
yeah.
one? Okay. So apparently he's on the lineup for Escape.
That's
And
crazy.
I saw that he's like, I've been seeing so many videos and so much news about this man, like in the scene. I
Play
think
with Subtronics, I think.
yeah, of the Trees just brought him on stage for
He's been
like
a
his
fan. He's
thing.
been in the
Yeah.
scene, in the bass scene specifically.
Before the whole like
Yeah.
Love Island thing.
Yeah, and so I feel like this has been kind of like not controversial, but it's been received in different ways, you know. So like there were some people who were commenting saying that they wish like more local talent would get to play at like events like Escape or just any events in general, really. And there are some people who obviously very much support him because they're already fans of him, and so it kind of brings about the question like how do you go about that? I mean, or there's not even really a question for it, but like what would you say would be your preference, I guess, for new artists coming in the scene, like someone who's already well established or someone who isn't?
I think that scenario is kind of different because what I imagined has happened is he became popular on a TV show, got representation at one of the 3 or 4 big agencies that exist that also represent TV, music, and
Right.
stuff like that, and whoever his agent is probably was like, oh, what else do you like to do? He's like DJing, like, oh, cool, and kind of worked his way in that way. I don't necessarily think that is taking away from a new artist. Like it's taking away a slot from an artist in general.
Yeah.
I don't think it's necessarily taking away a new artist slot because these promoters, their job is to sell tickets.
Yeah.
And if that's something that's popular right now and will sell tickets for them, then that they're doing it for their business.
Right.
Personally, like I don't really care one way or the other. Like, 'cause, I mean, if I cared, I would have got wrapped up about Pauly D or Paris Hilton
Yeah.
or all these
Yeah.
other. It's like we're so far down the line
Yeah.
of influencers DJing
Yeah.
at this point that
Yeah.
it's whatever. But I do think there probably needs to be more avenues for new artists
Yeah.
to get discovered. So I don't disagree with that, and I could understand why a new artist would be upset that someone in their eyes that seems like has no business being here is there. But again, like you said, like if he's been in the bass scene for a while, he's got he's homies with a bunch of the DJs, like who's to say that he isn't as deserving just because he became popular on a TV show that has
Right.
nothing to do with
Facts.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, I
So-
like how you said new avenues for artists to get discovered, because the first thing I think of is like, in this new age, social media is just like one of the biggest ways where people are able to get discovered, or like TV, or like just the media in general.
Yeah.
So it's just like if you were to think of another way, like what do you think could be like a new wave of how artists can get discovered?
Fuck, I really don't know because I talk to like kids in my Discord and on streams that I do when I do demo streams. I talk to them a lot because obviously there's a lot of them that are really trying to break through. I went on SoundCloud recently and it's a mess. Like I have no idea how to use it anymore. I don't know how to get.
Wait, why?
I don't know. The functionality is just, it's so complicated now, and there's so much noise on there, and it's like that was such a special place for finding new artists
For
or
sure.
new artists breaking
Yeah,
to me.
that's how I found all my stuff.
But not
Yeah.
anymore, you feel like?
Nah, I feel like it's a mess.
That's so interesting because we have 2 hosts on here who are not here at the moment, but they like every episode they've been like, we love SoundCloud
For
right
dubstep,
now.
for like wonky bass,
maybe it's the
space
difference.
bass, whatever they call
Right.
it.
Yeah.
And maybe that's just me because of where I'm at now, and like I don't necessarily rely on SoundCloud
Right.
like every day of the week. Like
Yeah.
these guys probably use it a lot, and the changes have come naturally for them.
True.
For me, it's like I logged on the other day to just kind of get into it again, and I just found it was sort of different to what I know it as.
Yeah, they have a lot more features on there now.
Yeah, and it's just there's ads now, and there's this
Yeah,
and that.
that's
and
always
like,
been bad on
honestly,
there.
like just a really clean slate of a SoundCloud version 1 would be
Yeah.
amazing.
I do miss the old SoundCloud, like back when it was like a lot simpler.
Yeah.
And that's where I would get all my new music, honestly. But that was before like, Spotify really became a big thing. And so
I mean, right now I think TikTok for me is the best way, and not necessarily like posting TikToks, but DJs that stream on TikTok, they stream their sets.
Streaming.
Yeah.
So there's this one guy I found the other day. He's a DJ from the UK. He's from like Bristol, and he's just a guy in his bedroom DJing. But the tune selection was so sick. I was like watching it, And then I like left a comment like, what is this? And he's like, yo, Wax Motif's in here or something. And he like knew who I was. And he's like, dude, I've watched your streams like during COVID and shit when you were doing DJ streams. Like I was watching all of them. I was like, no way. Some guy from the UK, like I never thought would know me.
Yeah.
Knew who I was.
That's awesome.
And he was playing sick tunes. So started following him off that and just, I don't know, that to me was a cool way to discover someone because his track selection was fucking amazing. Like he was playing with that, like, you know, all the new shit going off in the UK right now, like the Max Dean and Josh Baker. It's like deep house, minimal house, whatever you want to call it. It was sick. So
like connection with another artist, like that's what it sounds like you connected with him through a live streaming. Yeah,
but I don't know. It just like the discoverability is so much better on TikTok. And if you're just gonna DJ on like Twitch or TikTok, I would say just do it on TikTok. Yeah. And the gifting, the way it gifts, people can gift you and stuff, and the way the algorithm pushes it, and like you can get tons of viewers very easily. Yeah. A little bit of personality and some good tunes, and I think you can do stuff on there. So they
also have what is it? The Discovery Project. Have you guys?
Yeah, I like that, the Insomniacs thing.
Yeah. I think actually, I don't want to misquote this, but do you know who Atura is? Atura, he's like a newer house artist.
Oh yeah, I've seen.
Okay, yeah. So I go back with Atura because I did a dance video in college to one of his songs, and then he took a break for a number of years, and then when he came back, I had like got my following then, so he reached out to me and was like, dude, it's crazy to like see how big you've gotten and everything. And he just started popping off, and I think it's because he won the Discovery Project, and he was supposed to play at Nocturnal 2 years ago, last year, but then Nocturnal last year got canceled because of the fires. Okay. So he did play this year. So and then recently he's been absolutely shooting up in his viewership. I think like Disclosure follows him, Adventure Club, like all the like a bunch of bigger artists like started following him. Maybe I'll play some of his music in the bonus.
You should.
I think you like it, but
he's killing the content for sure.
Yeah, but yeah, they have stuff like that, which does give opportunity to I think newer artists who are not really well established. So that's cool. I think we need more of that.
Yeah, I'm trying to work on something like that now. Basically, me and like my coder buddy, we have like, because I was getting so many demos. Every stream I would get like 100 demos. So I was backlogged like 700 demos at one point.
Oh my god!
Wow. And like I only stream like 2 or 3 hours when I do. So it was like a sinking ship. It was like a ship with a hole in it, and the water was coming in faster.
Like
than
your
I could
emails.
We gotta plug the hole.
It's like your emails building up.
We've made this site, which I've never spoken about it publicly. But in my Discord and my streams, they all know about it. So it's basically like a SoundCloud meets Trackstack. So you can share your demos. You can share them with me, but we have a chart as well, and it just shows like most downloaded song, most liked songs, like the top 50, the top 10 sort of most active DJs on there, and it's cool. We've got like 300 something people on there now.
It's awesome.
That's dope. Would you make this into an app?
Yeah. So the site is pretty much functioning. It's called hotq.fm.
Hotq.fm.
Yeah, and again, this is the first time I didn't want to talk about it too much because I kind of want like sort of my Discord and my group to sort of beta test it all and get everything ironed out, but we're almost there, and it's cool. I think it's just cool for me to have a way that it can naturally filter the good stuff to the top. Yeah. Because going through each demo one by one was getting crazy, and this way everyone can get involved, and sort of like I can just go through sort of like the top 20. Yeah. And I found some like really awesome shit from doing it. So yeah, hopefully if you want to check it out, it'd be cool.
We will for sure check it out.
I love that. Yeah, we're over our first segment, but I love that. Thanks for sharing.
No worries.
That's awesome.
No worries.
Wax, we heard you have some music for us to show us.
We would love to listen to some of your new music
right now. Give us some context on this track.
On this one, so I just finished my next album, and just something off that.
Nice.
I've been playing it a lot recently, so some of you might have heard it. I don't know. It's no context really. Just was fucking around on a cool sample, and it's a flip of like ODB, Got Your Money, if you guys know that song. So I was just messing around with the sample, and actually turned out pretty cool. And I really wanted to avoid using like I feel like we're in such a sample orientated era of dance music. Like, when was the last truly original song that was a smash that came out? Like,
Right.
I mean, the Disco Line sings a Tinashe sample. Clooney's song is a Stephanie Young M.A.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it, so I don't want those guys to think I'm shitting on him. And I'm doing the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I think
it's
people
not
like the
I am.
nostalgia.
Yeah, but for me, I was thinking, like, I mean, especially for some of the other songs on this album where I've got original vocals, I was like, when was the last time there was like a super big record that wasn't like a sample? But anyway, this is not that. This is a total sample.
Okay. You can turn it all the way up on that.
But yeah, this is it.
It's like a little bouncy.
Yeah, it's trying to
Like
bring
it.
back sort of the G house
Yes.
sort of vibe, but for now, I guess.
Oh yeah, I did hear this. Yeah. You played this on Saturday, right?
Yeah,
I think I heard it.
I was about to say this would go crazy live.
That bass is nice. Boom, 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 boom. Oh,
I love that sound.
Yo, you better give me that money.
oh, I love all the little like stuff you added in
Little
there.
sounds, yeah.
Yeah, that bass is so solid.
Thank you.
So nice. Where's Mickey when you need her? The frat flick. I'll show my friends that at Nocturnal.
Yeah,
So solid.
pretty simple.
No, it's great though.
These sounds make me feel weird, and I love it. It's like
Boom, 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 boom.
Yo, you better give me that money.
Yeah, that bass is kind of silly, honestly. It's
yeah,
like,
it's
boom, boom,
silly,
boom,
it's
boom,
silly
boom.
music. Like
Yeah, that's basically it.
Love it.
I love it.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was sick.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. It's again, I didn't really want to do the sample thing, but sometimes they just fall into place super easy. And,
Yeah.
honestly, the songs that do the best for me are the ones I do in like an hour or something. I mean, you probably experienced that too. I think
Yeah.
most producers do. Like the ones that just come really quick and they're done in like a day, a couple of hours. They're usually the ones that do really well. I mean, Wet was like that for me. It was like done in like a couple hours.
wow, no way.
Yeah.
Isn't that one like your top
Like
streaming on
40 million
Spotify?
streams.
Yeah.
Wow.
That one was super quick. So this kind of felt like that. And I try to not ignore that stuff. Like my girlfriend would tell me all the time, she's like, the ones you make super quick are the ones that go. So she was like, this one's just done. She's like, don't touch it again.
Don't touch it. Yeah.
What was that? I forgot who it was that we had on, but they were saying how like it's basically just a battle with yourself. It's like you usually come up with everything within the first like few hours, and then it's like, okay, how can I like finish this and not mess it up like any more than it already, you know?
Honestly, the ones I like slave away on for ages would do so badly, and I'm like, fuck, like that felt like such a waste of time in a way. That's why I honestly I like making ideas every day and just like putting them away. So I'll just spend like at least 1 hour or 2 hours a day starting one new idea.
Okay, yeah.
And that's usually the first thing I do when I start working. Like I won't open unless I work the night before and I just want to hear what I did, and then one of them catches. Usually I'm trying to make something new every day. Just an idea.
I like that.
I like that a lot. I'm gonna take that.
Yeah, me too, actually. Honestly.
Well, it's like the art of creation, you know, like sometimes you have to be okay with letting a lot of your ideas die, because sometimes the best ones are gonna come through the process of just like creating and letting those ideas just like die, because you know that you have a flow of creation, you have an unlimited supply of ideas, and like knowing that is like so powerful, because then you're gonna find the one that hits, the one that's easy.
I'll usually know pretty quickly, like when you listen on fresh ears, like the next day or a week later, if you're still feeling it, you'll really know, and you'll know which ones are trash. So yeah,
it's fair.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I wanted to ask you a little bit about just like, because, you know, we kind of touched on earlier in the first segment about, you know, house really grew in popularity over the last like 3-4 years. And I wanted to kind of get your take on where you think the house scene is right now, like just overall.
I think it's in a pretty good spot. Overall, like there are downsides for sure.
Yeah, do you think it's still like on the rise, or do you think it's kind of plateaued a little bit, or do you think, I guess, maybe it's falling off? I don't know.
I actually think I wouldn't say it's probably gonna explode in growth much more, but house has always been very popular in other parts of the world. It was just America. It was never like really popular, like especially during, I mean, you had the EDM thing, and then sort of the Jack U sort of era came where it was more bass and DJ Snake. And now I think house has finally found like a permanent home in the top sphere of dance music here. And I think it'll hopefully be hugely popular still everywhere. But I think it's in a good spot because it's competitive now, and the new producers coming are like all heat. You know, the competition is so high.
Whoa.
It's like the dubstep or the bass scene here where like the producers got so good you had to be like Subtronics level to break through, right? That's what's happening in house now. Like it's like the kids like Rawdon and Abo that are like, they're super good producers, they're super good at socials, they like look good, they dress good, you know, they are coming out the gate before they have teams of managers and shit. Yeah. With all this shit done, I mean, Rawdon is managed by my manager's company, and like I've followed him since like very early. He had like over 100,000 on TikTok before he even had a manager.
That's crazy.
And so like the fact that these guys can like generate their own momentum, and they have the vision in their head, like, oh, here's what I got to do. I gotta look the part. I got to be doing the content.
Yeah.
And like I got to be doing the music because they're not paying for ghost producers. Like, so I just think the level is high right now, and like the prize is big. Like you look at like the Malp's of the world and stuff, and like that everybody want like or the Dom Dollars. Everybody's like looking at these, just all trying to strive to be the best. So I like it right now. I think it's good.
Yeah, it's like
Makes
building
my
a
job
brand.
Which is good though in a way, you know, because it like pushes. I think it pushes a lot of the artists that have been in the scene for a while. You know.
No, I feel like when I first moved here, it was like me, Chris Lake, Chris Lorenzo, and AC Slater, and Charmy, and Marla.
Yeah.
Like a hand. You could count it on two hands how many dudes were
really
like
good.
playing larger stages for just house music, and now it's like everyone. So it's cool to me. I like finally being on the popular side of the fence.
Yeah, that's so epic. Well, yeah, because you've done so much, so it's like you are deserving of that. And I feel like I'm pretty sure for you, it's really cool to see like these new guys coming in and seeing like how how much heat they're bringing when they do come in. Because like as we were talking about earlier, social media, like that's how they're able to build their presence and kind of like show themselves to like the world.
Yeah, I also think a lot of like subgenres within house are really bringing a lot of attention to the house genre overall.
Yeah.
Or like maybe not even subgenres, but like adjacent. So like for example, speed garage, right? Is like, you know, it's not house BPM, but like I feel like it's gotten a lot of, I mean, it's really blown up in popularity recently, and I feel like a lot of those people end up gravitating towards like house at some point eventually.
No, to me, it's all part of the same thing, to be honest. Because if you look at like dudes like Notion, they're very adjacent to dudes like Conductor or like the guys that make the more UK sounding stuff, who are very house adjacent to like the Rawdons and what they're doing. So it's to me, it's all very connected anyway. And yeah, I've known Notion for like 5-6 years. So
he's killing it.
To me, it doesn't seem that weird, but I could see how maybe if you were new to it, you'd be like, whatever. But to me, that's all the same. Like night bass, UK stuff, house stuff. It's like the same. Everyone runs in the same circles. So
100%.
Do you think? Oh,
go. You go.
I'll say. Do you think hard house will like make, I guess, a comeback or like ever hit the charts?
I think everything can hit the charts with the right song.
With the right song.
Yeah. I really like. I don't know what the genre is, but there's like a techno subgenre where it's just very skippy and shit. I don't really know. I think they have a name for it. Boys Noise plays a lot of it, and but I really like that shit right now. It's just like turbo. I just call it turbo music. Yeah,
because I'm thinking like 90s hard house, like the
okay.
like I don't know, I kind of, but it's just like the bouncy, groovy, like you could hear like the street within like the sound, but it also sounds like old, like I really love that sound, but I'm just like no one really makes it. And I recently went to an event called House Issues where DJ Irene, she's like an iconic house hard house DJ, and like other cool DJs were playing, and I was like, damn, like this is like such a small community, and I'm curious, like you like being in the scene, if you could ever like hear that sound, like getting big.
Honestly, I really think with the right song, like any genre, like, especially now that dance music is sort of like very popular, I think anything is possible.
Yeah, I was going to actually comment on that. What like subgenres would you say are in right now for house specifically?
Definitely like I don't even know what they call it. They're like, kids are calling it minimal house, but it's not minimal, but it's like the UK deep house that's going on right now. Okay. So it's like Chris Stussy, Josh Baker, Max Dean, Luke Dean, Rawdon. It's like halfway between garage and deep house. That's kind of where I would categorize it. I feel like that's really popular. The speed garage stuff, like Notion, Virgie, that kind of stuff. It's very UK centric right now in house. And I don't know, I think Lorenzo was the one that said it, but he was like, the thing with the US right now, where the US is it doesn't really have subcultures necessarily, because the US is so good at taking something and accelerating it really hard to the mainstream. Yeah. Whereas like he was like, I've been spending more time in London because that's where the little pockets are, of like the people you've never heard of that aren't necessarily striving to play a main stage. They're just doing their thing. And I think that's why right now it's so UK influenced.
I see.
Would you say because that's more like someone's authentic, like this authenticity shining through their music in London?
Definitely. And I just think for how long those guys have been doing it, like Virgie, Conductor, Notion, these guys have been doing it for years. Like I met Notion 5-6 years ago. I've known of Virgie for years. I've known of Conductor, like who else? Like just everyone from there they've been grinding for so long that it finally rose to the top. Yeah. So it's not a surprise to me that it's there,
Yeah. Wow, that's great insight.
Oh wait, the other thing I think is big now is the Brazil stuff. For house.
Brazilian house.
Oh, the Brazilians are cranking. There's like hundreds and hundreds of kids out there I mean, when I went to Brazil, I realized like how big it is. It's gigantic.
Wow.
Like, there's so many people, and they're all hustling. Like, I get those dudes will send like 10 tracks a week, like every week. They are cooking. Like it's like I don't know. It's like the NBA over there for them. You know what I mean? Like, hey, we get an American visa, and we're like playing big stages and
That's
getting
cool.
checks. Like, so they're all just cranking so hard, which is crazy.
Yeah. Do you currently have a split right now between like producing like hip hop tracks and then producing your like for your artist project?
It kind of comes and goes in waves. Right now, I just working with like friends. So if like a publisher or a manager calls me to go to a session, I usually don't go because I don't like this sort of speed dating process that it involves. Does that make
Interesting.
sense? I used to do it a lot. Like, I mean, obviously anybody that works or has a publisher would know what I'm talking about, but they'll like set up sessions for you, and then you kind of have to go and meet people for the first time and make a song with them.
Yeah.
Talking about the artists, right? Like the hip hop.
Yeah, or just
Okay.
production in general. Like one of my first ones was actually Dua Lipa. So
Whoa, okay.
before she ever released a song, Warner called my publishers and were like, they actually want a Dipler, and because I was like on Mad Decent and releasing on Mad Decent, they were like, well, we can get you waxed. I was like, all right, I'll go. And it was just it wasn't easy. You know, there's like 5 other rooms going. Everyone's making songs with songwriters, and you're meeting songwriters for the first time. Dua's like running around every room, and
Oh, wow.
it's just very hard to kind of catch a vibe in a way if you're not used to that. And then I got more used to it to the point where I just started not enjoying it as much. Like, I just felt like it was like going to writing camps, like going to work. Like, I had to go be at the studio at 9 till 5. And I can't really say some of the EDM people I've been in camps for, but yeah, like Pitbull, for instance, like a Pitbull camp, it'll be like, 20 other people all writing songs every day.
Oh, wow.
Wow, that's crazy insight.
It's sort of competitive like that. And so as I kind of got to where I am now, because both sides of music are profitable for me in a way. Like I'm lucky where I can just work on my own stuff and still pay my rent. So I prioritize myself a lot more nowadays. So my project comes first, and then anything I work on the side usually has come through like a friendship or a connection. Like with Ty Dolla $ign, like we've been friends for like 10 years now.
Wow.
So usually it comes through that. Like recently I worked with you know, the Afrobeat kid Rema. He did Calm Down.
Yeah.
So Rema came to Ty's studio, and then Ty was like, I got to dip out, so you guys cook up. And he was like, he stayed till 7 a.m.
Wow. Let's go.
Yeah, it was cool. So anything has just kind of come through that, like that sort of friendship. Or like Leon Thomas is someone I did some stuff with recently.
Nice.
And yeah, I like working like that. It's way more genuine, and it's way less awkward.
Yeah.
Like out the gate, and there's less pressure to get something done. It's like, we didn't get cool, whatever, bro.
Yeah, versus it being a camp where there's like 20 other people and it's just like,
it's like you got 3 days
Forcing
to make
art.
a hit.
Yeah.
It's like it's forcing art. To me, it's forcing art, and like I don't work well under those conditions.
I mean,
sometimes.
creating in those conditions is kind of like you're now unaligned with like yourself, because it's like it's hard to at least for me speaking, it's hard for me to tap in when like I put pressure on something. And I feel like my best work comes like when I'm designing, and it comes from when I'm just like no pressure, just doing it, and like good times.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of why I got into this and didn't go get a corporate job or something, you know? Like I didn't want to have this structure of like that in my life. So it's exactly what you said. I don't want to force art, and the art becomes way better when it's like casual and you're not forcing it. So yeah.
What would you say to like any artists that are starting to really take off in their career, who are considering like also producing for like bigger artists and stuff?
I think everyone's different, so it depends like kind of how you are as a person. But for me, I get like bored pretty easily. Like I kind of have ADD, ADHD, whatever you call it. Like if I make one thing every day, I'm gonna go crazy.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like an outlet to get out sort of like maybe more like rap beats or R&B beats or something of a different thing. And I feel like that gives me more energy to go back and make house.
Cool.
And
Yeah.
some people are very like, I only like this.
Yeah.
And I fuck with that too. It's just me personally, I'm not that kind of person. And I also feel like it's helped develop like in terms of like being a producer, working with songwriters and like working on songs, and also like just how you work with other people in the studio. It's helped me a ton in that area. So I've always just wanted to be able to get the call, like just say Lady Gaga's calling. I can go and I can contribute and be useful.
Yeah.
And sort of be one of those producers, just be able to be in any situation. So for that, I would say you should pursue it. But yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean you'll be a better DJ or a dance producer. You know, it's just, if that's your interest and like
100%.
if you think it helps you creatively, then you should do it.
Yeah.
Dope.
Okay, so to touch on that last topic real quick, this question is for the younger generation who are interested in collaborating with hip hop artists. You mentioned how you have a better time with genuine connections and writing for friends versus the writing camps. However, were those writing camps a way that you were able to make those connections and build those friendships and meet these people?
Actually, yeah. There are definitely some people I met that were through writing camps. Like, you guys, you know that Hugh Gel song with Dakum?
Adore You?
Yeah, Adore You.
Hell yeah.
It's his big one. So I actually met Dakum years before that at a writing camp. And it was me, him, and this other girl called Ink. And they put us in a room together, just random. And we ended up all just staying in touch. And yeah, Dakum's gone on now to do tons of his own stuff, like on the Afro house scene. And Ink wrote the Beyonce Cowboy Carter stuff.
Oh.
And they've both, on my last album, they were both on a song. So yeah, I can't say the writing camps were bad, really. Because I made connections and I actually was able to sort of work better under pressure. It's just more that as I started, like, for lack of a better term, making more money and not feeling like I had to go and do that stuff all the time, that I could sort of take my art more like art.
And that's valid because it just doesn't make sense for you anymore.
Yeah.
But it did because, like, if anything, it built character. You know, it's like we're all like little characters in our own game, and it built your character, and it also like gave you those connections. But like I asked that because, like, for the younger generation who are like genuinely interested, I feel like if you have like any advice for them, like given, you know, like the insight that you have, like, you know, feel free to share because people are generally interested.
Oh yeah. Okay. So one thing I learned pretty quickly is, as a producer, like, you kind of think you got to go to all these things and make the beat then and there. And I would say that's like the worst thing to do. I like would have a folder. So the night before I would go to a session, let's just say it's for, okay, Ty Dolla $ign, easy example. So I would sit there, go through all my beats and make a folder for Ty Dolla $ign and put them all in there. I would make, firstly, one subfolder of beats I think fit him, like what his sound is, and I make another folder that's totally not for him. The reason is, I found, one, if you're trying to make the beat when you're there and like you're so focused on your work that you're not like engaged in the songwriting of the room, generally you will get a bad song. Like, you need to be like locked in with the artist, and you need to be locked in with the songwriters and the engineers. You can't be like so in your own head that you're just making a fucking drums for 6 hours. Like, that's the worst thing you could do. I think that's how I fucked up the Dua Lipa thing, is that I was just so focused on doing my task that I lost control of what the overall goal is. And your goal is a producer. Like, you're the guy responsible for the end product. So like, you're gonna oversee it like a manager would in a store, in a way, right? And that also teaches you to sort of like, how to communicate in a way that's not like, I hate it, you know, and sort of like, I don't know, direct the room a little in a way. So that's definitely one thing, is I would sort of prepare ahead of time for the sessions. And yeah, the two subfolders thing. One is because obviously the artist does what they do, and you want them to recognize that you understand their sound. But the other thing I found is I wasn't getting called to the room to play them the thing they can get from all their homies, right? So like with Ty again as an example, if I played him 4 or 5 sounding Ty Dolla $ign beats that he likes but he's not loving, I know then to move on to my folder of things that I don't think he gets exposed to. Because usually, like I said, if they want Metro Boomin, they can call Metro Boomin. They don't need to call Wax Motif. So I'll just start it off in their lane just so they know that I'm conscious of, I'm not trying to totally ignore what they do and
like
be
a
like,
courtesy.
fuck you. Yeah, you know what I mean? You should only do this. But at a certain point, I know I got to switch the tone to like what my sound is, because that's why you're being called.
Right.
And so they were kind of the 2 important things I learned, how to get the cuts. Because ultimately, like, you could do the song and it will never come out. You know what I mean? Because if the artist is really big, their label's got to like it, their management's got to like it, they got to like it.
So many
It's a
layers.
whole fucking
It's
team that needs
such
to
a
like say,
process.
okay, wow.
Yeah, it takes a long time if it ever comes out. And so that's kind of where I learned the edge is being able to give them things that they normally couldn't get, as long as it still can fit into their world, right? So
Makes
if
sense.
I play them a house song, it's not going to be like a full-on ball-tearing hype track thing, right? It's still going to have like some sort of thing that an R&B artist can like get on, but it's going to have the flavor that for me that they wanted me to bring.
That makes sense.
I want to ask a question regarding that, because you said you prepare everything like prior to like go into the session.
Yeah.
Kind of touching back on the previous topic that we talked about, do you like kind of prepare like the songs like as close as possible to like the finished product, or is it more like straight ID, rough ID, and then you take that to the session to show it to them?
So yeah, I used to do it, and I think it's because things have changed, but I used to have like mostly finished beats. But what I found recently is the more popular thing to do is to have most of it. So like, let's say you have the verse music and the chorus music, but take the drums off. Yeah, it's an interesting concept. Basically, drums are so specific to each person. So like with the Afrobeat stuff, the drum's gonna feel and sound a certain way. With Atlanta rap, it's gonna sound a certain way. New York rap is gonna be different to Cali rap, right? So because I'm not like from that person's culture that I'm working with, generally my drums, or what I think sound good as their drums, they're gonna find whack, because they hear that shit every day.
Interesting.
So for me, I'm not like the right hand man to that specific artist. I generally now will go with beats, and sometimes they'll have drums, but most of the times I will mute the drums so they can tell me, I like the music, hey, give it to my guy, he's gonna do the drums. So that's what happened with like the Rema thing. So we went to shoot Rema. It's like, cool, I'm not really that good at African drums, right? So obviously they're not gonna like the drums, but he's like, yo, I love the music on this. So he's like, just give my boy London the stems. I gave it to him, and in 1 hour he cooked the drums up, because that's what he does every day, right? It's his bread and butter.
That's crazy.
Same with Roddy Ricch. So we're working on Roddy Rich's album, and it was just like, yo, I got this, and it was just horns. And he's like, I fucking love it. And he's like, give it to my boy. Cool. Gave it to his boy. His boy did the drums real quick. So for me, I found that's the best way of success. Like, and I learned that from there's a duo called FNZ. They've produced like tons of Travis Scott, Future, and stuff, and they're from Australia. And that's what they do. They'll send out their packs with no drums.
Whoa.
And
Interesting.
It's like melody loops.
Just the loops, yeah, exactly. And also, I think it helps because they want to help their people get on too, you know. And the people around them like, yo, why can't I get like? So you're kind of like involving everybody and like letting everyone get in, and then they're getting really like a true combination of something new and something familiar.
Yeah.
And that's been the best way to work if you're not like with one artist every day and specifically working on their project, is that I would do that at like, I mean, if you got something with dope drums, play fucking drums. Like,
Yeah.
they'll tell you if they don't want them.
You're like playing to everyone's strengths, basically.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I realized early on that like, hey, I'm not good at doing Atlanta drums. Like, I'm not from Atlanta. I just spend time in Atlanta. So like,
That makes sense.
you need the guy from Atlanta to really give you that feel. And
Yeah.
it's like what you said, playing the strengths.
I like
Interesting.
that.
Take
I
out the
like
drums. Put it on a shirt.
Show up with ambient tracks.
I wanted to shift real quick because I know you were talking a little bit about like streaming on TikTok earlier.
Yeah.
And Jan had a good question about that with the streaming and everything, because we did notice that you do like to stream a lot.
Yeah.
Jan,
I feel like
you
every time I'm on TikTok, it's like, oh, here's wax. And I'll stay for a little bit, but it's like, you're usually talking about, like someone will send you a demo or like you're listening to demos and I'm like, oh my gosh, this has like, I don't even know the verbiage this man is using. But not too long ago, I came across a TikTok from Lizzo, and it was more of like an informational TikTok from her. And she basically was explaining how the algorithm in the music industry isn't serving to the masses anymore because of how many streams of advertisement there is, right? Like back then it was more radio based, or even if you want to go as far back as like MTV music videos, like Billboard Hot 100, right? Like that's where we would find what the new trending thing is. And as of right now, it's like anything can go viral, especially with TikTok. So it's a little bit harder to get your music out to your fans specifically, especially because like, you know, I can follow, like, let's say I follow you, your stuff wouldn't necessarily even pop up on my For You page on TikTok, regardless of me following you. So, I mean, I guess the question was like, are you streaming in order to connect with your fans more? But I feel like you've already answered that question in a way where, you know, the streams are catered more towards you listening to demos. But to kind of ask another question, like what would you say the most effective way to advertise your music or push out your music is?
Yeah, I don't know. That's hard because it's like you said, social media, your content isn't getting pushed to your followers necessarily anymore. And I feel like that's on all platforms, Instagram, everything. It's
trial reels.
Yeah, it's getting, your content is getting shown to random people that don't necessarily follow you.
Yeah.
So in terms of my personal streams, like the reason why I do them is because I get so many demos for the label that I have to listen to anyway. I may as well turn the camera on when I listen to them.
Yeah.
So for my purposes, I mean, okay, if I get some new fans from it, cool. And I have got new awesome, like loyal fans from it, which is amazing, but it's not necessarily there to say, hey, come look at me, because like I would make it more entertaining if it was like, and less specific to each person. My thing is to help like young producers that support the hell out of me, and also just go through the demos and give them some insight into like, as an artist who has a label, what exactly I'm looking for or why I don't like something, or, you know, because I think it's not clear sometimes. Like you send a demo and it's like yes or no, right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't help you in any way cater for the next time you send.
Yeah,
Everybody's just shooting darts.
Yeah. It's not really constructive criticism.
It's not constructive at all.
Yeah.
So that's for me. In terms of like how do new artists get discovered, that is like one I really don't know. Like I do think streaming on TikTok and those platforms helps.
Yeah.
But again, it could lead to zero for some people. Like so I really don't know, but I do know that, you know, from what I've seen from like the younger guys that I follow, like Rawdon and Abo, it's very TikTok centric. It's just if you look at Rawdon's page, dude will post like 2 or 3 times a day, and some reels go, some reels don't, but the ones that go.
Yeah.
And it's the same with mine. Yeah, my algo, like, I mean, some it'll be like 9 videos that do nothing, and then the 10th one's like 30,000 likes,
Yeah.
right? So I think you just got to keep throwing darts.
And you
at
have to
the
be okay
board.
with that, because the thing is, a lot of people aren't, and they let the views get to them, and it prevents them from even posting, because like you have to be okay with throwing the darts and knowing that they're not gonna not all of them are gonna stick, but the ones that do stick are the ones that could be life changing for you.
Yeah,
It's,
I want to. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
It's the quote is, embarrassment is the price of entry.
Embarrassment is a prize of entry.
Oh my gosh, one of my TikToks got like 17 views the other day, and I was like, 17 views. I showed my mom, and I was like,
really humbling.
Thank you.
That sucks.
Wow, and it was like literally just my face, and I was like, dang, so y'all really don't like me, huh?
I want to comment on the Lizzo thing though, because I feel like, especially in this new age, right? There's just so much content now, and there's so much music, and there's so much access to like all of this stuff, that I feel like that's why it is that way now, where it's like the algorithm isn't serving the masses really anymore. It's kind of like just leaving it up to like whatever is hot, whatever is trending, whatever is doing well at that moment. And so I feel like that kind of goes to explain like that phenomenon of, you know, putting like, you know, 9 videos out there and then the 10th one explodes, right?
Yeah.
And because the truth is just that like within the algorithm, not everything is going to be a banger, especially if you're putting stuff out regularly. So I feel like the best way, and this is probably what Lizzo was saying, is like the best way to, I guess, kind of counteract that is to really like hone in on your community of supporters that, you know, fuck with your music, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like streaming is a really good way to do that. I know another producer we had on the podcast before who does that really well is Lemonade.
Oh, I just met him on the weekend.
Yeah.
And the first thing I said to him was, I love your streams.
Yeah,
He was like,
he's
like,
great.
I have no idea you fucking watch them. I was like, dude, it's the only reason I wanted to come and say hi, because his whole green screen, his little suit, and he
Yeah.
does it like a full teacher, businessman thing.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
that's so
you should watch one of his
interesting.
streams.
Okay.
He's just entertaining, because like his sense of humor is so like
Dry.
like it's so
He's
dry and like
yeah.
niche, and he's just And even when we had him on the podcast, we were just like fuck. There was like a whole 20 minutes we were just fucking around with like wordplay on certain stuff.
And what does he stream on?
Twitch.
Yeah,
Twitch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So like I think that is a really good way to build like a strong base of people. Another example I just thought of right now is one of our friends, Sony, who used to stream World of Warcraft, and was like the #1 World of Warcraft player for a while. And he's
Wait,
one of
no way, I
our
didn't know
friends.
that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Go
and so,
Michael!
And so it was a while ago. I think he's streaming WoW again, but yeah. So I was just hanging out with him yesterday at Nocturnal actually. But so he's been able to like keep a pretty good and loyal following because of all those years of streaming. And that's been one of the most effective ways for him to reach his audience, you know. And so I think whatever artists, I guess, decide to do, or creatives just in general, you know, find out what way works best as far as like, you know, really interacting with your community and getting to know them goes.
I also think like a lot of artists are maybe afraid to show personality, or maybe it's more of like the persona of wanting to be the like the cool kid, like
ISO knock.
Yeah, that you like don't necessarily know a lot of. Like I know all the ISO boys, like the SD Water boys, like that's like their thing, is they don't want to post a lot or whatever. I've even brought up them
Mysterious.
coming on the podcast, and they're like, oh well, we don't like really talk.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, but I feel like showing personality is a better way for your fans to connect to you, you know what I mean? Because then it's almost like, what differs you from this character that I'm watching in a movie that I don't know of, you know?
Yeah, but the interest is like subjective, because like some people do enjoy mystery.
Yeah.
You know, like
I was
just like
gonna say
devil's advocate.
Yeah, but it's like tricky to do that, because
It is
if
tricky,
no one knows
but they're
who
doing
you
it.
are, well,
I said that they're doing it.
They did it.
And they do it so well.
It's
And they
tricky,
do it
but
as an art.
It's a longer road.
It is.
You think so?
Yeah, it definitely is. If you look at dudes like Katama, who's like not necessarily like very out there, or like Malp, for instance, like I think it takes longer, but it's not necessarily like better or worse.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
depends on you, like really.
What you want.
Yeah, what you want. But I think there's a way to do both. It's just that like maybe one is like you said, if you don't know someone as well, it can be a little slower, but it doesn't mean you won't get there.
True.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool though that you as like a CEO, like you are engaging with your community, and you're also like being a businessman because like you're monetizing, you know, on something that you're already monetizing on, right? By like listening to the demos on Twitch, but also it's more so for like for the guys that are sending them, because then you get their name out by the streaming. It's like everyone wins by doing that, and like you're the one devoting your time to like set everything up and to put yourself out there and to put yourself in that position of like, okay, I'm gonna be on camera while I do this, and you're doing it for the people that support you, which is really awesome.
Oh, for me though, like I barely make any money on it. Like compared to what I make doing other things, it's
like nothing.
It's nothing.
Yeah.
I genuinely like YouTube and streaming. Like most of the content I watch is YouTube. I don't really watch TV shows.
Same.
Like I watch YouTube videos all day. So I just want to I want it to be part of like what I like.
Yeah.
Like
That's sick.
so
Yeah.
for me it's like again, I don't really care if I don't have huge numbers or I don't make tons of money, because that's not really the goal. It's like I watch Eliminate. I don't think there's anyone else that's like where I'm at that watches Eliminate streams, because they're just fun.
Yeah, I guess what I meant by monetizing is kind of like the inevitable. Like when someone is watching your stream, you're gaining that person who's going to come back.
Yeah.
And then now it's like they see you like on a lineup and they're like, oh, I'm gonna go there.
Yeah.
Or like they see a new song that released. Oh my god, I'm gonna listen. It's like you're planting like these seeds in a loving way of like you know, it's like that instant connection. So inevitably is going to monetize. Like that's what I mean
like
by that.
bear
I wasn't
fruit.
clear.
Yeah.
No, for sure. And obviously if stuff does go well, that's great. But really, I think it's a cool thing. I think streaming is cool. I think YouTubers are cool. I think gamers are cool. Like I do tons of stuff in gaming as well. So like, I don't know. It's for me, it's like dance music when it was an alternative culture. That's what all those categories fall into for me. Like I like the weird outsiders. So like, yeah, I'm with it.
Yeah, that's dope.
Hell yeah. All right, well, while we have 10 minutes left here, let's go ahead and hop into some fan questions.
Oh yeah,
There was a really good one I saw. I mean, they're all really good. You guys keep asking me questions.
Yeah, I will. I'm going to actually start us off with one of our patrons, which, by the way, if you don't already know, you can go and ask priority Q&A questions over on the Patreon. But this is from Slowburn. So he wanted me to let you know that he's been a huge fan of you for a long time. Even got a splash picture with you from back in the day. Plus, his USB can prove it with half of your catalog. But anyway, so his question is... he's seen a ton of tech house producers start making the crossover to UKG or incorporating elements such as the swing drums, warp basses, etc. What's your take on... Oh, shoot. There's Seymour, and I took a screenshot of it like an idiot. What's your take on this, and how do you feel about UKG in the scene currently? He's an aspiring garage producer here, so...
So... I love it personally. I mean, most people know like my connection to Night Bass or some of my earlier stuff is very
dope,
UK,
by the way.
you know, lots of UK drums, or like working with like Screw Fizzer. I've done multiple songs with him. So I feel like because Australia and the UK are so closely connected that when I grew up on a lot of like Artful Dodger, like Craig David type stuff, Wired Boys. So like all that stuff is stuff I liked anyway. It's cool that it's happening now. Personally, I wished I had like started with that stuff now, because it might be way more popular.
Yeah.
But honestly, like I think it's cool, and I think it's just natural. Like when tech house was booming, everybody gravitated towards that. That's never not going to happen, right? But yeah, it's cool that, I guess, to me, that music's a little more experimental than what was going on in tech house, and it's cool. People want to put wubs and like more complex drums and swing and stuff in there. thing. It's cool with me.
That's how I felt about drum and bass for a while.
The drum and bass is sickest
That's
genre.
my favorite genre.
Yeah.
So.
I feel like the best producers come from drum and bass.
Yeah, I would agree.
Would you ever or do you do that already of like mixing? Well, I know your albums don't do that, but like mixing like drum and bass or like any other like EDM genres like within like your sets.
I have. So when I played at Lost Lands, I played like a whole drum and bass section.
It's sick.
And we've done stuff as
Taking
Wax
notes.
Troto where we'll do like little drum and bass sections and stuff.
Whoa!
It just depends on the event. So if it's like something like Nocturnal where it's like more broad and bangers, then yeah, I'm cool with whatever. But if it's like a very house, like Day Trip, it's very house specific.
Yeah.
And I feel like the kids go there, like they are that's what they want. So like, you know, I try not to do too much crazy stuff in those.
Makes
Wait,
sense.
was it at your set? What day of Day Trip did you play this year?
I think it was the first day. I don't remember though.
Who played Give Me Some Keys, the drum and bass flip? I feel like the crowd went kind of crazy.
That was Matroda. He was before me.
Okay,
Yeah,
I feel like the
yeah.
crowd kind of went crazy for the drum and bass flip
No,
that
they
Day
did.
Trip.
I played some like Brazilian track, and they went crazy for that, and then I posted it, went crazy online. So
Nice.
yeah, it's not necessarily that. It's just more like yeah.
Yeah, bring the house heads over there.
To the bass scene.
Yes. Yeah.
You guys want to ask? Or?
Yeah. What's your favorite festival memory? N Halley 94 asked.
Oh, well, I think probably EDC Vegas playing at Kinetic Field, the main stage.
Oh shit, that's epic.
Yeah, just because
Yeah.
it's so epic.
Yeah.
Like it's so many people.
Yeah.
It's intimidating, but also you don't feel anything really. It's kind of a hard thing to describe because it's so vast and you're quite far away.
Yeah.
That you don't really
It's
like
fake
feel
almost.
anything. Yeah, it feels fake. Exactly.
Whoa, wait, does it really?
Yeah, it
That's
doesn't really feel
crazy.
real. And I guess you're just busy, so you're not really processing anything in your mind about what's going on. And then the next day when I watched it back, because that night I played with Marla and we brought Ty Dolla $ign as a guest. And the next day, me and Ty were watching the YouTube, the live stream back together. And I was like, holy fuck, like that was crazy. Like, and then they to know there's like almost like 200,000 people watching you like live stream as well as like almost 100,000.
Yeah.
It's like-
Probably more because when they rewatch it.
yeah, so it's like crazy. It really hit the next day.
It's just funny because in my head, I can just picture how that experience would be because it's like what you said about it, just them being so far and you have all this space on
Yeah.
stage. It's almost like you're playing for yourself.
Yeah, no,
but
that's
it's like
exactly what
but
it's
everyone
like.
is just out there and then they just happen to be reacting.
Yeah, but even their reactions, you can't really tell because
Yeah.
it's so
So-
vast, and
so
I
far.
couldn't really tell if people were vibing until, like I said, when I watched the stream back, and I
Yeah.
was like, oh, thank God. But there's been a lot of times I got off stage, I was like, oh, that's Day Trip. I thought I did that. I was, if you ask anyone that's with me after Day Trip, I got off stage, I was like, oh, I played the worst set. Like they hated that. And then I watched back the live stream and the videos my team took, and I was like, oh, actually, like I was in my head about it. Like, I was tripping.
Also, I
yeah.
feel like if you play so late, like everyone's so gone
They're
by
cooked.
then.
Yeah.
So it's
That's
like,
what
dude,
they
we
are.
just want something playing. It doesn't even matter what it is because I can't remember.
No, because that's what I was like, yo, they're not reacting to anything. I just felt like the energy was so low that, yeah, they were all so cooked by then. And I was like, my set sucked. But yeah, I don't know. It's funny.
Yeah,
like,
no,
that's
I
I
mean,
have
I
a question about that actually, and it's funny because okay, I'll try it. Do you keep the shades on, and does that usually like help you with like keeping eye contact if the crowd is not like too responsive and you just don't know what to look at in those moments? Or
yeah,
is it,
so it's that, and it's also like sometimes I might get a little drunk or like a little high or something, and like I don't want people to like see that I look
Yeah.
too faded.
I feel like I've
'Cause the
seen
photos
you
are bad.
without your shades once.
I mean, when I'm on stream, I don't wear them. Right?
Okay, other than stream, in person.
And like I don't mind taking them off, but just sometimes like I don't know, you know when you see a bad picture of yourself,
Yeah,
and it makes you
yeah.
really self-conscious.
Oh, I know.
And but that and also like it can be kind of bright sometimes as well.
Yeah.
Like, and that and like you said, people can't see where my eye contact is necessarily.
Yeah.
So like I could be like just looking through my CDJs and people think I'm looking at the crowd still. Or whatever, so it kind of helps with that.
We had a question actually from someone who just submitted questions as well from B. Adeline. How do you read the energy of a crowd, and what's your process for deciding when to shift the vibe?
I think that part just comes really naturally from DJing for a lot of years. Like I don't think that's something you can really like teach someone necessarily. It's something you got to experience. Like you got to experience when the crowd hates your fucking shit to really know, like to really pick up on that energy. But
Gotta bomb some sets first.
yeah, you got to bomb some sets. And like when I started, I played in a lot of bars and like, you know, just like finance bro type bars and shit, right?
Yeah.
And that like that sort of scene gives you really develops that skill because you learn like I gotta
Are they a lot
switch
harder?
energy.
Like
It's more they don't care.
Oh, okay.
When you play to people that don't care about you, then you really got to like read the room. Because right now it's like it's sort of a layup because most people are fans at my shows, so they'll generally like anything I do, and that's why I get in my head sometimes like, oh, I didn't play that good because I feel like I'm getting a fake reading. But when you're at those things like private events or at a bar or something where people don't really care about you or don't know who you are, like that's when you really like understand like what the energy's not high right now or whatever, right? So yeah, I just think you got to develop that.
Yeah. Get some thick skin when you do open format and like
The open format guys, they really understand that super well. Like everyone I'm friends with in that world, they can read the room like super well. And
it's humbling to play for 4 hours at a slow bar on a Thursday. And you're like just playing for yourself. You just might as well have fun for you and the bartenders.
Exactly. So
Okay, Sensei_Yosh asks, Water Tribe, Earth Kingdom, Fire Nation, or Air Nomad? Which nation do you claim?
it's an Avatar question, huh? I never really watched Avatar though.
Oh my!
But you knew that it was Avatar. 'Cause
Really?
I didn't even know that it was Avatar.
What's the context?
You didn't watch Avatar?
No, Michelle would always give me
Dude.
shit for that.
Easiest, best storyline, especially as a kid. I was like, wow, this is like kind of ahead of its time. Watching it again as an adult, I was like, yo.
I am gonna watch it. I'm planning to watch it.
We're not talking about the
so
blue
good.
alien one, right? We're talking
No. We're talking about bald guy with the arrow.
You know,
on his
I
head.
saw one episode as a kid, and I think it really freaked me out. And then
What freaked you out?
I think there was like one with like the pig or something.
Oh, like the bigger pig.
I think so. And I was just like, I was a kid, and I was like, I can't.
Yeah,
and
no,
then I just
I get
never
that.
went back.
Well, fire is like the Slytherin, right?
Yeah, they're like the
evil
bad
one. people. I'm gonna say air because that's like the cool monks and shit.
Okay,
right?
now let me piggyback off that question. What is your zodiac sign?
Oh, I'm a Scorpio.
You're Scorpio, so you're water.
Yeah, I guess.
Is it?
Okay.
I don't know too much about it. My girlfriend knows everything about that shit because
Okay.
she's also a Scorpio.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's
I don't even know why I said whoa.
No, I heard two Scorpios together is a crazy thing.
I mean, but if you guys work, I mean, there's a lot more that goes into it, like your moon and your rising. Do you know those?
No, I don't.
This is quickly going into astrology talk.
I was just wondering if he picked air because maybe he was an air sign and he related it to it more, because then I would be like, oh, that's cool.
No, I picked it because isn't the Avatar kid? He's an air thing, and they're all like these crazy monks that live in the mountains and shit. Yeah, I just know that from the movie. I just watched the movie.
Do you meditate?
They made like the
live
recent-
action.
whatever.
It was not good.
Do you meditate?
No, I don't. I tried that stuff and it's not. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really.
Yeah. The reason why I asked is because you said that you would be related to the monks, and I was like, sick. I was like,
Nah, I'm like the opposite of that. Like I think I like tap out in my own head enough. I don't need to set time aside for that. That's cool.
I mean, making music in itself, like when you hear something on loop, like that is like a kind of like a meditation, like flow state type shit.
I mean, I heard that stuff's really good. I got friends that will like stop what they're doing every time at a certain day and meditate.
That's
And,
what I do.
and I heard they're like, it's really dope for you. I just, again, like I have a bit of ADD or something, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't have really like the patience for it. So
I think the best times is when you wake up first thing when you wake up in the morning, and then right before you go to sleep. Those are the best
It depends on the person. I have
Yeah, I can't do
ADHD, and it healed me. It literally healed me. But I was like a shit show. So
right.
yeah.
I think the best thing is for me is exercising.
Yes.
That's like after like you play like sports or you work out, like my brain sort of like calms down, and like I feel like that's like a meditative state when I'm like really beat, you know.
Yeah.
I do want to ask a question about that, since we actually were talking about a couple of days ago too, me and you, Devin. When it comes to exercising while you're on tour, is that something that is still like a priority, or like when you're traveling, you're like, maybe I'll take a nap instead? Like,
I went through a phase of making it a real priority. So like around the time when we were doing the EDC main stage and stuff, I was like, every time I would land, I would go straight to the gym.
Nice.
I respect that.
But that just, I don't know, kind of, it's gone now. Like now I don't do that shit. But also then I was touring a lot harder. So I was playing a lot more shows every week. And now it's, this year has, like, while I've been working on the album and just other music, I'm taking just bigger festivals and stuff like that. I'm not traveling as hard. So I feel like I have more time at home to take care of myself then. And when I'm traveling, I don't really need to prioritize that as much. But definitely when you travel a lot and you're partying a lot, that I got in a phase where I was doing just every bad thing, and I was starting to like be really depressed on the road. I just had to start prioritizing a time to work out. Otherwise it was like damage control, you know, because like I like having a little drink when I DJ. I feel like it helps a little sort of make me less introverted sometimes, and sort of like not overthink everything all the time. So, you know, our ritual is usually we have a shot of tequila at least before we go on, which is not condoning it, but it helps.
It's okay.
So yeah, during that time I had to prioritize it. Now again, like I was saying, I won't land and go straight to the gym, but that's because I have more time at home now, and I can kind of do that when I'm home. So
Yeah, we were talking about that because he was traveling a bunch for to play shows and stuff, and I started fitness coaching, so he was actually one of my first clients.
Oh, amazing!
That I was, and so
I recommend it.
Thank you.
Bodies by Dev.
Some people are really well behaved on the road.
I don't know how they do
and
that.
I don't get how they do it. And some people are straight degenerates, but they're young. They're young enough where it's not hitting them yet. But
you know, who are, I feel like, pretty actually pretty strict about that is Leighton and Christian from Adventure Club.
Kaiwachi too.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The Adventure Club guys look ripped. So
I mean, Christian literally drinks his chicken, so I'm not even joking about that. So
Drinks
he
his
blends
what?
his chicken. He blends his dry chicken together.
Yeah.
And drinks it.
That's crazy.
That's like a power.
He also
grains his own rice. I think.
he also mills his own rice apparently,
there
or
we
something like that. And he loves cream of rice.
Wow.
We had a whole we talked for 20 minutes on our bonus episode, literally about rice.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So niche.
I know.
So niche.
I know. Those guys, I love those guys. But yeah, so we're at the end of the episode. So did you have any more music that you could show us? Would love to hear some.
Yes, we would love to hear more music.
I have
Some
a
energy
lot.
back
I'm
up.
trying to decide which one I play. Like, do I play Super Banger or do I play something that's more like a song?
Ooh,
Banger.
You want to hear something more experimental?
Yes.
I want
Okay, yes,
experimental,
yes.
Okay. So this is have you guys heard of the producer TOYZZ? TOYZZ. So Dom Dollar and Mal P have started to play like a lot of his stuff, and I somehow got linked with him last year, and we made this track. And Sarah DeWarren, have you heard of her?
Yes.
Yes.
Love her.
Yeah, so
She's
Sarah,
friends with
her, right?
Sarah did the vocals on this.
Yeah, I work with her. She's
which is
dope.
really cool.
Oh, yeah, both of you guys.
Yeah.
She's cool. So I just feel like this is like a good sort of, it's like experimental in a way, but I don't know. I'll let you guys decide.
I already like the I already like the percussion.
It's a little different. It's sort of techno-y, but not techno-y. I don't know. It's like halfway between tech house and techno or something.
It's tickling
really like
my
it.
ears. I like it.
Yeah, this one's been, when we've been playing the album demos, this one's been pretty popular with everyone. So.
Ear tickler.
I like your long kicks. Like your kicks are pretty long, right?
Yeah. Oh, I think it depends. If you're using like a lot of sub and a lot of bass, generally a little tighter. But if you need to kind of fill the space up, then yeah, bigger kick. But yeah, most of my kicks end up pretty chunky.
Here we go again. I can't sleep, it's 3 a.m. Close my eyes, fantasize something dirty in my head. Oh my god.
Ooh.
Please don't tell my boyfriend, he still thinks I'm innocent. The hottest thing in this world. Oh my god, oh my word, when I close my eyes, it's girl on girl.
Oh.
Oh my days.
Oh, that's sick. Oh,
That's so cool.
Whoa. Wow.
I love the addition of the wubs, man.
Yeah.
Sick. That's so fun.
That's insane.
It's like different. Like TOYZZ, I like him because he's doing shit I never heard. And I'm like, yo, I got to work with this guy. So
Sick.
My eyes, it's girl on girl.
It's girl on girl.
yeah.
Yeah. This is going triple platinum in my car.
Yeah, I think the bass kids can like this one too.
And I love those hi-hats, man. It's so crisp.
Thank you.
I can't sleep, it's 3 a.m.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Here we go again. I can't sleep, it's 3 a.m. Close my eyes, fantasize something dirty.
I can already see the visuals for this.
Yeah.
Please
A little
don't tell
spirally,
my friends
very
he
dark.
thinks I'm innocent. The hottest thing in this world. Oh my god, oh my word, when I close my eyes, it's girl on girl. Oh my god, oh my word, when I close my eyes, it's girl on girl.
It's a vibe.
So good.
Close my eyes, it's girl on girl. Something dirty in my head.
So sick.
I can't sleep, it's 3 a.m.
Oh.
Jeez.
Yes. Like keeps changing too. I love that.
Dude. Yeah, that's basically
Wow, I
it.
That's
really like
so
that
good.
one. I
Thank you.
really
Everybody,
evolving every
Wax
time.
Motif is an ally.
No, really, like this dude TOYZZ, he's from Spain. And like I said, Dom Dollar and Mal P started playing his stuff. And when I first heard his stuff, I was like, this is the sickest shit I've ever heard. And
Yeah.
my agent, my European agents manage him. So when I was in Brazil, I was doing a show with Wade in Brazil. and they were like, "Yo, you fuck with that TOYZZ guy, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yo, I'm his manager." Like one of the guys that worked with my agent who was out there. And I was like, no fucking way. You got to link me with him right now. Like, I got to work with him before other dudes work with him because, like, I don't know. I was like being early on shit.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we just fucking cooked that up. And he's one of those dudes. Yeah, right now he's sending like 3 tracks a week. And like,
Wow.
yeah, like I said, it's been the last like 2 or 3 months. I saw Mal P play something. Saw Dom Dope. I'm like, yo, it's not just me that's hearing the something interesting here. Like other people are hearing it too. So I'm just glad I was early on that. Like,
Do you have a name for the song?
It's Girl on Girl.
Girl on girl. Let's go.
I feel like that song is easy for bass heads to transition into the more tech and housey sounds because there's a lot going on.
I was just about
like
to
in
say
bass
that. Yeah,
music,
it's like the
you're like
ADHD
overstimulated.
factor.
I felt
Yeah.
the same way with this.
Yeah,
Sick,
that's
sick.
cool.
Yeah, I didn't think it like I said, it's been getting one of the best reactions from my album. I didn't think, like, in my head it just felt maybe too weird. Like you had to like really be into it, but it's cool. That seems like everybody's kind of like from every sort of genre is like, oh, kind of fuck with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Dude,
Hell
that sounds
yeah.
TikTok viral if you ask me.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
Can't wait to stream that one.
no,
when
it's
it's
giving
out.
TikTok
Hell
viral.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, we are at the end of the episode. Thank you guys so much for watching through. If you don't already know, we do have a Patreon, which we're going to go hop over to that right now for our bonus episode and listen to some music. So if you would like to, go and check that out. You can go and check that out. In addition to bonus episodes, we do early access episodes. We do priority Q&A, exclusive playlists, all that kind of stuff you can find on there. I'll have all our patrons' names on screen as I'm saying this. And aside from that, even if you don't watch the Patreon, we still love you. And thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode. Nan usually does the hit that like button.
Mr. Wax.
Oh,
if
yes,
you would
of
like
course.
to
I always
plug
forget.
all of anything that's going on whenever your music releases, let the viewers know.
Oh yeah. Okay. So House of Wax 2 is coming out soon. It's my new album.
Nice.
And yeah, like and follow my socials, I guess. I don't really know what shows I have coming on.
That's real.
So
and
chill.
like and subscribe and follow Peaking Podcast.
Wow, he did it for Nan. I didn't even have to ask. Whoa, that was not prompted.
In the comments, comment
Mr.
something.
Wax. Mr. Wax.
Mr. Wax.
So we know you made it to the end.
Yes. And then we will respond to any comments that made it to the end.
Yes. All right, guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you over in the bonus episode
Bye.
or in 2 weeks. Goodbye.